Hi everybody, this is our road trip from Turkey, Antalya to Turkey, Konya, the famous city of Konya where the famous Sufi poet Rumi rests. As you can see on the map, it's quite far a journey. Let's put it this way, it's from Yorkshire to London one way and then on the way back. This is our wonderful driver. I'll put his details in the video description with his contact number. You can contact him via WhatsApp. He'll sort you out a really good deal. Speaks English, has good knowledge of the area, very truthful, very reliable. Highly recommend him. You can organise it prior before setting off. Also can do your transfers from the airport to the hotel as well. He does other things as well in terms of excursions. Speak to him. An honest good man, honestly highly recommended. So in terms of the trip, we had a couple of options. One was a train, one was a coach, and one was obviously in terms of driving. So we opted for obviously in terms of driving. Reason is time saved. So you're talking about between 3 to 4 hours to get there, 3 to 4 hours back. So as a side note, this trip is only worth doing from Antalya because it's shorter in distance. If you do it from Istanbul, it's going to be like twice as long. So you're looking at 6 hours, where here it was 3 to 4 hours or less. We set off on this journey after sunset, so after the Fajr prayers. So that is the best time to go. Less traffic in terms of setting off until you get onto the main routes. En route, you'll see beautiful views of local villages. At some point, you will, in terms of make a stop, maybe 1 or 2 stops. Also, do recommend take some snacks along for the journey. It will save you a bit of money as well, at least. But in terms of enjoy the view, try staying awake. But like I said, the drive is really good. He's in terms of, we'll give you some history along the way of certain places. We made our first pit stop at the service station where we grabbed some tea and some additional Turkish snacks. As you can see, some beautiful views, cloudy at the top. We were pretty much very high in the top. You'll see other in terms of tourists as well. Be careful in terms of obviously certain things that you buy because of what you won't get these through the customs. Also make sure, due to COVID reasons, make sure you get your face masks as well. But like the driver that we had, he has some spares as well in case we did forget. But we arranged all this today, well, a couple of days prior before going down to Konya. But we obviously arranged for the day. If I were to go again, I think I'll probably arrange in terms of maybe spending 2 to 3 days. It gives me more time to look around, but even the day was sufficient enough. As you can see where our journey started from Antalya, we were midway through where we stopped for a break, and then Konya was slightly as you can see on the map on the right hand side. Same again, so many rural areas that you see along the mountain areas where people are living. This is what I mean. It would have been even nice, I think, a good few days. Would have given us a chance to check out some of the rural areas, and that's the benefit that you have of having an own driver. We agreed a term with him, agreed a fixed price with him, hence why I would recommend doing this. So as you can see, we arrive in the vicinity of Konya. I'd say we had really good seats. We were the only 2 people here, so we had a good journey there. Alhamdulillah, it was really blessed. We got to meet a lot of people. This is our driver, for those that will be querying who he is, with white hair, very friendly guy. As you're coming into Konya, you'll see a lot of Islamic places, from mosques and historical places. So you pretty much, as you're going in, you'll see the bazaar, and you notice a big difference in terms of the prices, the tourist prices. It's a lot cheaper in Konya for a lot of the things that you get. I think I showed a couple of things in the video, but worth doing a shop here as well, to be honest. Definitely worth it. It's cheap anyway for the UK people, but in Konya it was even further cheaper. We did consider in terms of driving ourselves, hiring a car, which is quite cheap. Because of the traffic and obviously their drive on the other side, wouldn't really recommend it, to be honest, unless you've done it before. So as you can see, it's signposted. Whenever you go, you can ask anyone. But in terms of obviously if you got your driver, he'll look for a parking spot, park up. It's free to go into the museum aspect of it, where you see Rumi's tomb. Also, you've got the mosques close by. Done a separate video on this in terms of the historical aspect of it. So once you've parked up, you'll see in terms of there's an area where you can actually make your way towards the museum. So this is the museum where Rumi Rahmatullah's tomb is there, and then also you have in terms of his family members. So there's a lot of history, there's a lot of signboards out there. It's worth making an effort to have a read, to learn something as you're going to pass. Yeah, they've got security there just to make sure you're not carrying anything that you shouldn't. Face masks, obviously, at the time we were there, highly recommended, and we'd probably recommend as well. Yeah, so your tour begins from the museum shop, Maulana Museum. Obviously, we class them as Maulana Rumi. So yeah, you got a big signboard out there in terms of showing you some of the tombs that are scattered around the museum from outside, and then from his family members, his blessed family members, to the inside. So you'll see that pretty much as soon as you walk in. Tombs are scattered around, signboarded for you. Some people have tour guides. You'll see them scattered around, giving historical aspects and events of how everything came about. But if you don't want to pay for that, you can literally just go yourself and have a look around, take pictures, take videos like we did, and just read in terms of the historical information. Some are in terms of locked away to preserve the history and preserve the items that are there. So yeah, have a look around. With the driver, obviously, you can agree a time. We agreed, I think we agreed like 4 hours. We'll spend there, 4 to 5 hours, and we'll meet him back at the car. That's what we agreed. We agreed to set off before sunset. We thought it'll be easier and safer, so that's what we did. Just so I think it was like an hour of darkness as we were heading back. So yeah, in terms of the museum, yeah, it will be busy depending on the time of the year. So you've got the waterfalls outside. You've got manuscriptures, like hundreds of years old manuscriptures. Semsi Tabrizi, there's a very detailed history about him and some of the work that he contributed towards Islam. So there's a lot, alhamdulillah, there's a lot. Same with Rumi Rahmatullah, you'll see later on in the video. As you enter the tomb, past the tomb, there's a lot in there as well. As you enter, you've got to take your shoes off, put the polythene on your feet as you're going in. It's amazing in terms of the way it is here. I was a little bit surprised in terms of how the tombs are displayed. I thought it would be from quite further distance, but they're a lot more close up. But they have like the string barriers around. But you can see in terms of the history and the architect and the design that's gone into the whole place. You got to remember, this is quite a number of hundreds of years old as well. So a lot of historical points as you're walking in. So there's family members, like I said, and famous historical people, tombs as you're walking past. There's too many to list, to be honest. Once you're there, you can see in terms of how nice it is, and you can see in terms of why they tell you to take your shoes off, as well as respectful in terms of preserving the original carpets to everything else that's there. And as you can see, COVID related, the distances. Majority of the people, abided by the rules there, as you can see. And this, as you can see, the famous, it's the Hazrat Rumi inscripted there in Arabic Urdu. And near him you'll see all the families too. So a lot of people make dua, for them, for us. So alhamdulillah, yeah, a blessed place. So many Sufis all around the world come here. That's why I think a good couple of days would be worth staying here, having a look around, check out the city. Yeah, they've got an audio aspect as well where you can listen to the history. It's a shame we can't get any closer, but it's to preserve the history. You have some more in terms of historical artifacts around just after the tomb. They're scattered around, same again, little historical information with each of them. So you can see the preservation here. Remember, these are hundreds of years old books, amazing books, all handwritten, hand-woven together. And you can see some of the size of the books as well, how well preserved they are. So alhamdulillah, so even the clothing as well. So the ulama of that time, they kept their clothing, they stitched their clothing, and not like us, where we're just changing our clothing, every so often. So you can see in terms of the architect, you can see in terms of the value of these things here. And yeah, just amazing history, honestly. Just make sure you're well dressed, covered, respectful when you're going in. These are things you gotta take in account when you're going there. But yeah, take pictures, take them back. We took loads of pictures, videos. We thought videos will be better, as this is a new thing to do. Obviously, we took pictures as well to post. Outside, you can sit down. We did a few slow motion videos, as you can see. But yeah, some amazing in terms of pictures, videos to do outside. As you can see, the bird slowly, the pigeon, I guess, landing on the minaret. So yeah, some amazing pictures to take out here. So, alhamdulillah, really good. Beautiful views. Like I said, it reminds you of Istanbul, but it's more historical here, I believe. It's more of a connection towards Islam, and you'll be able to get a lot of Islamic things, like from Qurans to Masaleh to Quran holders to tasbihats to masjid hats, and very reasonably priced, honestly. I think our suitcase was pretty much full. We had to sit on the suitcase to close it. I think next time we'll probably come back with an empty suitcase. Honestly, that's how good it was. For shopping wise as well, alhamdulillah, it was good. As you'll see outside on the ground, there's a lot more work that's still being carried out. Possible extension, more historical information on there. Yeah, and when you do get outside, that's all you're going to see, people taking pictures and videos, just like us. So alhamdulillah, a beautiful place, beautiful weather. Another slow motion capture here for you as the pigeons landing on the small waterfall that's within the complex. as you leave the place, this is another mosque with a lot of history to it. We did a 360 video on our YouTube channel on this. Amazing place to come read your salah here. A section for the women, a section for the obviously for the brothers. So you'll see a lot of gatherings here, not just in the inside but on the outside as well. So you should be able to see some text as I'm going in, who's by, and yeah, it's on the video that I posted on the 360. There's I believe it's a few hundred years old. This probably talking about 400 years old. Very well in terms of maintained. Amazing from inside, like pretty much the Istanbul mosques, the blue mosques. The strange thing is, as you come out to the other parts of Turkey, you'll see they're very, very similar in terms of styles and designs. So around here there's so many like Sufi related things that you can purchase. Like here, you will see a lot of leather shops. So there's a lot of shops here, leather belt shops, but it seems to be a lot more things for men. So in terms of Islamic aspects of things, there was another mosque that we saw in town. So by the time we were walking around, we came across another mosque in Bank Centre in the bazaar area. So we came in, we had a look around, took a video, prayed, and then we came out. As we came out, like I said, there's shops pretty much everywhere. So you got cafes to a lot of places in terms of shopping, household items and so forth. Eco-friendly place. Like the mosque is a focal point here, you'll see. And based on the Etrigil Drillis Dunham place was the last place that we visited, and then we left pretty much. But yeah, alhamdulillah, it was really good. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you like and share the video with others that will benefit from it, inshallah. But as you can see, as we were heading back off, it was pretty much getting darker. So it was starting to get darker as we were heading back. We got quite lucky because as we were heading back, I think we were like half an hour away. Then it was pretty much pitch black and it was raining, but alhamdulillah we made it on time in terms of before it got too bad. So as you can see, it was pretty dark, but alhamdulillah, enjoyable journey. Like I said, give the brother a WhatsApp and he'll come back to you, or voice note him and it'll give you some more details, inshallah.